Hello everyone, how are we today? Today we are starting something totally brand new, which I'm kind of excited about, which I announced on Friday. And that is that I am going to start on this channel to create a brand new story. And I'm going to do it all on camera. Okay, because so much of the work that I'm doing, even though I'm kind of updating you on the odds, I'm updating you on Funny Kid, and kind of telling you about my process, it's kind of hard to actually see a writer's process, right? Unless they kind of talk it out loud and do it, which is kind of is a little strange, right? But I want to try it because when I was a kid, I was interested in storytelling, I was interested in creativity, and I would have loved something like this. And I reckon there's a few kids out there who are kind of like me. And not just kids, there are grown-ups who want to create stories. And so this is like a performance art piece. This is like an experiment in creating a story. And so I'm going to start from scratch. I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know what the story is going to be. Like, I seriously have no ideas what we're going to create. But I'm going to try and do it on camera for you, kind of in episodes and in stages. And we'll kind of see what comes out. I'm not editing these videos, okay? It's just live, me to camera, chatting to you guys about my process. Okay, so I start with nothing. Okay, starting with completely nothing, and you might do that when you're creating a story. You've got a blank page, you've got a blank document in your computer, you've got a piece of paper, whatever you're doing. You kind of start with nothing, and that's the beauty of creativity, right? That's the kind of the magic of creativity, is it's something from nothing. Right, so here we go, we start with nothing. Now I think to create a story, to create a brand new story, I want to start with a character. Right? Now there's lots of different ways that you can start a story. You could start a story with a question. What if there was a boy who was like orphaned and like no one cared about him at all, but actually he was like a world famous wizard but had no idea, right? What if? Okay, that's a question. That's Harry Potter, obviously. That's a what if question, right? What if the toys that are in your bedroom all come to life every time you walk out of the room? Toy Story, right? So some stories start with a question. And I reckon it's kind of hard to just come up with that question. Those sort of questions, they come from, in my experience, they come from life. They come from going out, living your life, looking around, being observant, taking notice of things, and realizing that, like, oh, wow, hang on, what if that happened, you know? Stuff like that, like asking yourself real questions about things that are happening in your life. And that's when, like, authors will talk about, like, the idea for a story just came into my head, right? And that was the story with J.K. Rowling with Harry Potter. It was like, it just came into her head, the whole concept, right? So often those kind of moments happen, and as a writer I want to be kind of observant of that, I want to think about that, I want to be paying attention to that. But that's a bit different to what I'm trying to do right now, right? Like right now I'm sitting down to create something new and I don't have any ideas. Okay, so the kind of what if question isn't really there. I could probably sit down and try and like come up with something, but I don't know that it would just, I don't know that something original and really fresh would just come out like that. So instead I want to start with a character. And I was thinking about this a little bit before I turned the camera on, which is that I think I'm going to choose, rather than starting with a human, I'm going to start with an animal character. And there's a reason for this, okay? There's a reason that lots of picture books and things like that focus on animal characters rather than human characters. And when I say that, I mean like they're animals but they behave like humans. Okay? So, what's an example? Paddington Bear, right? He's an animal, he's a bear, but he's a walking, talking bear, right? Or any of the fairy tales, they're animals with human characteristics. And one of the reasons that one of the reasons I get drawn to kind of using an animal character, and why I'm thinking about starting with an animal character, is when you start with an animal character, you've got all of these kind of inbuilt characteristics and inbuilt assumptions about what that animal will be like. Like a snake is like sly and deceptive, right? A Labrador is like fun but a bit stupid. I don't know, what else? It's another animal. Well, actually, so I brought with me, so this is a book I've got, right? This is a book I've got about animals. Because what I thought I would do is I would start by looking for animal ideas. Because what I'm looking for is an animal that, like, I haven't kind of seen done so much. Okay, so bears, like, done to death. Okay, like every second picture book in your library is about a bear. Okay, so I definitely don't want to do a bear. So I'm going to look through this and I'm going to look for kind of animals that jump out. And then what I'm going to start to do is write a bit of a list up here for myself of potential animals that might spark ideas. And I think that's probably all I'm going to do today. I'm going to kind of start to create some animal kind of notes for myself. Because one of the cool things that you can do, right? So animals have a particular kind of character trait or personality trait often that we assume they are like. So one of the things that you can do to really kind of spark ideas is to change that, right? Because you play with the readers, with the audience's assumptions about what that character is going to be like. So what if you take a lion, right, which is always kind of big and strong and courageous, and you make them like really wimpy, all right? That's the Wizard of Oz. That's the lion in the Wizard of Oz. What if you take a gorilla that's like, or a chimpanzee that's like big and strong and athletic, or maybe they are gorillas. They're gorillas. Willy the Wimp. I don't know if you've seen the Willy picture books. They're exactly that idea too. Like, what if you take a creature that is normally big and strong and powerful and you make them actually really wimpy and weak? Now you've kind of got something interesting, right? Because lots of interesting ideas come. Sorry, I'm just watching the time because I've got to make a phone call in a sec. Lots of interesting ideas come from kind of switching, like doing the opposite of what the reader expects. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to make a list of animals that I see in here that are interesting to me. Okay? So a turtle. If I write there, you can see that. Cool. A turtle is interesting to me. Lions done. Whales. I can't do much with a whale. Like, you can't move them around very much. Oh, okay, heaps of animals here. I do like roosters. I think they're kind of fun. Rooster. So I'm not going to travel too far at the moment. I just want lots of different kind of points and things that might spark ideas. Kookaburra. For my friends who are not in Australia, that's one of our birds. They laugh all the time. Skunks are fun because they stink. Skunk. What else have we got on here? Spider. Oh, that's another one. You guys know the story of Charlotte's Web? Charlotte's Web is where, like, you've got a spider and it's not scary or awful. It's like really sweet. There are also, like, people make assumptions about gender for an animal, right? Like, often cats are girls and dogs are boys, right? Which is ridiculous because obviously all animals are both. But you can have fun kind of flipping the gender, like play with people's assumptions. I did that with pea and nut, right? So I made the pink flamingo the boy and the panda the girl. And it's amazing how many people still refer to them the other way around just because they're making an assumption, right? Because we all do. Ooh, a seal. That could be fun. A seal. Oh, I do like tigers. It's been done a lot, but I do like tigers. I really like drawing tigers. What else is in here? Lions. Yeah, no to the whales. Oh, look, I'm going to put a fish on here. Because you never know if an idea might come. Gorillas are fun, although they've been done a lot. Gorilla. What else have we got? Ooh, sloth. Hey, so if you're looking at this list and you're like, what about that animal, Matt? I know about that animal. Email me, okay? matt.stanton@gmail.com. Send me an email, tell me your favourite animal, tell me the animal you think I should do a story about, tell me the animal that I'm forgetting. Ooh, a peacock. Turkey. You can see I'm on the bird page. Butterflies, nah, nothing's exciting me about a butterfly. Like, I really am just looking for things that spark my interest and feel exciting. Okay, I'm going to leave this here for now, okay? And we'll pick this up again either tomorrow or in a couple of days, and we'll keep going. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that list there on the whiteboard, and I'm going to, because every time I come in and out of this room, I'll see it, and it might spark an idea. Your subconscious is like your imagination that's working in the background of your brain. It's the thing that kind of runs your dreams and all that sort of stuff. And you never know, it like works away even when you don't even realize it. So I kind of want these kind of just to sit around in the back of my head. But I think probably the next stage is to add a few more probably, and then go through and kind of think about the obvious attributes of these animals, and then if I can switch any of them and it kind of feels funny or it feels interesting or feels surprising. So feel free to have a think yourself, but that's kind of where I'm up to so far. I hope that was interesting. I hope you guys are doing well. You guys are really important. Your imagination is amazing. Your minds are brilliant. You're going to change the world, and that's why I believe in creativity so much. So thanks for hanging out with me. I really like as much kind of friendship as we can have, because I think you're really important and I think you're really great. All right, I'll see you later. Bye, guys.